This year for my birthday, I wanted to celebrate differently from the past years. I was no longer interested in going to the clubs to pop bottles and be around the same crowd of people. I spontaneously decided I would venture to a foreign country that I'd never been before, alone. I never traveled out the country by myself before, so I definitely wanted to choose a destination which was first and foremost safe, but also had its own cultural identity, adventure, superb cuisine, and a vibrant nightlife. Costa Rica. Costa Rica is a Central American country with coastlines on the Caribbean and Pacific Ocean. It sits between Nicaragua and Panama and mostly known for its tropical rainforests, beautiful beaches, volcanoes, and its biodiversity. Roughly a quarter of the entire country is made up of a protected jungle, teeming with wildlife including spider monkeys and quetzal birds. I booked my flight a week in advance and made all necessary upcoming travel accommodations. I was beyond excited. 7:30 a.m. Just walked to the train station, about to head to the airport. It's like my second time on a MARTA. With my bags packed and ready to head out, I left the house at 7 a.m. en route to Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. I flew into San Jose International Airport, which is the capital of Costa Rica and also the main major airport. So I'm at the rental car place and already they're trying to jerk me around, man. They told me $111 online. Now he's saying $325. Or I gotta take a cab. I wanted to start my excursion on the beach, so I chose Jaco, which is a small beach town about 60 miles from San Jose. It took me about 2 hours to drive due to the inclement weather and the rugged terrain. I booked a rental car prior to leaving so I would be able to get around at my leisure. Welcome to Costa Rica. Just landed and I got caught in a damn monsoon. And I got 2 hours to drive to Jaco. And they got me in a 1962 Chevy Equinox with no lights and the wiper blades is shot. As soon as I began my commute to Jaco, I understood totally why Costa Rica is well known for its rainy weather. Unlike the US, which has 4 seasons, Costa Rica only has 2. A dry season and a rainy season. I happened to come during its rainy season, also known as its green season or winter, which typically starts in May and goes on up until November months. Although it was forecasted to rain just about every day that I was visiting, it usually only rained for about 20 minutes to an hour and then was sunshine throughout the rest of the day. There are also some benefits to Costa Rica's green season though, primarily that is spectacularly beautiful. The scenery is lush, wildlife is happy, and the flowers are in bloom. Not to mention the coffee is freshly picked, dried, and ready to be roasted. Just another secret gem of Costa Rica. About 2 hours later, I arrived at my destination and resting spot for the next 2 days. Crocs Casino and Resort, Jaco Beach. When I arrived, they greeted me with a warm welcome and a glass of fresh passion fruit juice, which was so needed and seriously delicious. The bellman helped me with my bags and I checked into my room. The room was not extravagant at all, but was definitely comfortable and had everything I needed. When I initially booked my reservation, there weren't any beach views available, so I settled for a mountain view, which was still visually pleasing. So fresh out the shower, about to see if I can find me some vegan food in Jaco. They actually got a casino. I'm staying at the Crocs Resort and Casino. And they have a casino downstairs. So I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough, see what it's talking about. and then go see if I could find some food, and then grab a drink, and then freestyle. We freestyling tonight, y'all. Stay with me. Although I was tired as hell from the night before and the drive, I didn't want to waste any of my time here in Jaco, so I took a hot shower, got dressed, and hit the town. I hadn't eaten all day, so my first destination was definitely going to be a restaurant to check out Costa Rica's cuisine. I did a quick walkthrough of the hotel and then drove 1 mile up the road to a recommended restaurant named Sir. This was a cozy rooftop vibe, and I knew it was perfect pick starting from the passion fruit margarita. I ordered a Thai salad as an appetizer and could tell it was going to be great just from the presentation alone. It was hands down delicious. For my entree, I ordered a carbonara pasta, literally everything I needed. I was in shock when I saw how low my bill was. I ordered one more drink, so everybody's shocked that I traveled to Costa Rica alone on my birthday. So people may ask, what's the benefit, or why do you travel alone? And I don't know, it just feels there's a form of liberation of being able to up and move or go exactly where you want to go, whenever you want to go. You know what I mean? Like I'm having dinner, and now after this, I'm still deciding on what club to go. Oh yeah, before I forget, a major tip when you're traveling to Costa Rica. Make sure you have a colones, which are Costa Rica's currency, or use your credit or debit card when paying for items or services. I got my first experience of being swindled at the first toll booth I encountered. The current exchange rate is 684 colones to $1 US, and I was told that the tolls wouldn't be more than $5 US to get from Jaco to San Jose Airport. This definitely wasn't true in my case. So, Sir goes down in the books as a 10 out of 10. Jaco Beach, it's about a mile from the hotel. Straight delicious. And feeling completely satisfied, I was ready to venture to my next destination. Jaco nightlife. So I came out too early, man. Excited. Shit don't be popping until they said between 12 to 6 a.m. It's 6 p.m. I'm too early. They asking for massages on the block.
Toucan, elephant, cow, bird, monkey, cat, and rhino.
I went back to the hotel to take a power nap and rose around 11 p.m. to give the strip a second shot. Alright, boom. So we about to try this again. I napped for like 2 hours. I'm still tired as shit, but I ain't feel right just wasting the first night in Costa Rica, Jaco, Costa Rica, sleeping. So I got up, did me some push-ups, washed my face, sprayed some cologne, brushed my teeth, and we could try this again. We went to the strip, you know what I mean, where all the clubs and stuff was around 6, 7 after we ate. It was kind of dead. So let's see if it done livened up a little bit. Stay tuned. It was a totally different vibe this time around. You could hear and feel the Costa Rican pride everywhere you went. From the loud live music to beeping horns with flags waving from windows, the aggressive street vendors and the beautiful locals filled the street corners and establishments. I was still a bit early, but I had to check out what all the orange pub hype was about. As soon as I walked in, I felt right at home. Disco lights, hip-hop music, everyone was drinking, dancing, and having a good time. Although I was in a completely different country for the first time, I didn't feel like a foreigner at all. Everyone treated me like I was one of them. I ordered a drink and played the back like I usually do, just getting a better feel for the spot and intermingling when I felt the need. I chilled for about 30 minutes and was ready to see what other live entertainment there was. I checked out a couple other nightclubs on the same block, but they wouldn't let me film due to the protection for privacy of the entertainers. I can dig it.
Alright, so just leaving Orange Pub. I mean, that shit was cool, but you know, I dwell in ATL, so it's gonna take a lot to impress me. You dig? But we gonna keep it pushing.
It was getting late, and I was exhausted at this point, so I went back to the room to call it a night. The next morning, the hotel provided a nice complimentary breakfast, which was perfect to start my day. After eating, I chilled by the pool, caught some sun, and enjoyed a cold Imperial.
I don't know what it is, but I'm eating it. I think it's called a jojote, something. Day 2, Jaco, Costa Rica,
which is a Costa Rican local brew. I didn't even let the hotel know it was my birthday, but when I arrived back at my room to change, there was a beautiful layered cake awaiting with a nicely written sign made of chocolate. Now, if you know me, then you know it's the small things that count. I tore that joint up and got ready for the first Costa Rican excursion. And they know I'm vegan here, so they made me a cake made out of fresh fruit. And I don't know, I'm appreciative. You know, with me, I really enjoy the small thing. Vista Los Sueños Adventure Park, Herradura, Costa Rica. It was like an hour drive from the hotel, and I met some friends from San Diego, California, who were also staying at the hotel, who planned the same excursion. We started with a thrilling ATV ride through the jungle and stopped at various points to take pictures and enjoy the spectacular scenery. After, we went on a serene nature walk through the rainforest and visited a waterfall where we were able to jump off high cliffs into the water and swim. There's something surreal and perfect about being amidst nature and enjoying her spectacles with your own eyes.
So I done made some friends. These motherfuckers got me on the Henny, the hen rocks for the B-Day.
Just one on the Henny.
Hey, cheers to the best life ever. No regrets.
No regrets.
Get that money.
Pura vida.
Pura vida.
Yeah, in the best
And I need
country.
a chaser.
In the best country.
We headed back to our starting point, but stopped at the bar for some birthday shots, which were definitely needed to prepare myself for what was next to come. Now, I've never been ziplining before, and it never crossed my mind that this would be a life-changing experience. I always thought of it as a simple adventure that people did when they visit certain places that offer it. Hell nah. This is something you're gonna pray for before doing, and may need a motivational coach to muster up the courage to commit. Something about the idea of flying at 20 miles per hour speeds, 300 feet above ground, with only straps and a harness, just doesn't sit right with me. Let's just say I was scared as hell. The instructor gave us a 5-minute prep talk and told us the do's and don'ts of ziplining. He also warned us that after we started the first initial platform, there was no turning back and would need to complete all 10 after. I made sure I was the last person out of the group to go. When it was my turn, I attempted the first platform and completed it. It was such a relief. What started out as being a fear turned into such a liberating experience. Words can't describe the thrill and feeling of swinging from one tree to another in the middle of the jungle. It was the most beautiful sight I've ever experienced. I completed all 10 platforms and was charged up. It was hands down one of the most fun experiences of my life, and I would recommend to anyone visiting Costa Rica. After returning to the hotel, I went to get dinner at a nice spot called the Green Room. There was live music, the restaurant was an open layout, and the food and drinks were delicious. I can truly say that Costa Rica's cuisine is one of a kind. After a full belly, I hit the strip again and enjoyed the vibrancy of Jaco Beach. After hitting a couple bars and kicking it with the locals, I was ready to lay it down. I had another adventurous day ahead of me. The next day we drove to Capos, which was about an hour and a half from the hotel, for the Monkey Mangrove Tour. We took a small boat down the Peje River and were able to see so much of Costa Rican biodiversity. Upon entering the lush forest, we were greeted by musical melodies from exotic birds. When you looked up, you can see 3-toed sloths lamping in the trees, 5-foot iguanas camouflaging in with the leaves. I even saw a lizard walk on water. I witnessed the largest boa constrictor I had ever seen in my life. Costa Rica takes up just 0.3% of the Earth's surface, but it has 6% of its biodiversity. Exotic plant life, numerous animal species coexisting and habitating the same terrain are just a couple of reasons why Costa Rica is one of the most beautiful places on Earth. The highlight of the tour was definitely coming in such close proximity with the white-faced wild monkeys. They were so dope. From their intense facial expressions to them jumping on your head to eat out of your hand, I can definitely understand why researchers claim we share so much DNA. This was surely a genuine and compassionate experience. Overall, my trip to Costa Rica was much needed and will go down as one of my favorite places to visit. My entire time there, I forgot about all of my daily responsibilities I had back at home. I was able to live in the moment, carefree and truly explore while taking in every experience and adventure. Through the duration of my trip, I didn't feel any tension. I didn't see any arguments or fighting. Everyone seemed organically satisfied with their positions in life. If you ever visit Costa Rica, you'll hear the locals use the term pura vida as a response to just about everything. Pura vida means the pure and simple life. This perfectly described my exploration of Costa Rica. If you enjoyed watching this, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment of where you would like me to travel to next. Until next time, pura vida to you all.